So, there's a mistake that quietly kills more coaching businesses than bad marketing or low prices, and most coaches don't even realize they're making it until they're already burned out. The most important life coaching business tips have nothing to do with getting better at coaching. Build your business systems first, your email list, your processes, your support team, because those are the things that determine whether your coaching business survives past year 2. In this video, I'll walk you through the 6 business side habits that separate coaches who build sustainable practices from coaches who quietly give up. Most coaches pour all their energy into becoming a better coach, more certifications, more books, more techniques. But the coaches who actually build lasting businesses figured out something different early on. Being great at coaching and being great at running a coaching business are completely separate skills. And the business side? That's the one nobody teaches you. There's one tip on this list that I resisted for over a year because it felt like wasting money, and it turned out to be the single thing that doubled my capacity. I'll get to that one toward the end, because it only makes sense once you see the full picture. The first business tip is one you've probably heard before, but most coaches still haven't done it. Start building an email list. Not when you have 1,000 followers. Not when you have your website perfect. Now, before you think you're ready. When you post on Instagram or LinkedIn, the algorithm decides who sees your content, roughly 5% of your followers. But when you send an email, it lands in every subscriber's inbox, and your open rates will typically be around 40 to 50% when your list is small and engaged. I used to spend hours crafting Instagram posts that got maybe 30 likes. Then I started sending a weekly email to my tiny list of about 200 people. I'd get 5 or 6 real replies every single time. And one of those early subscribers eventually became my highest paying client. And the beauty of an email list is that nobody can take it away from you. Instagram could change its algorithm tomorrow and your reach drops to 0. But your email list goes wherever you go. Now here's where most coaches get stuck. They think they need to email every week or they shouldn't bother at all. But that all or nothing thinking is exactly what burns coaches out on the business side. The second tip is probably the most freeing one on this list. Consistency beats frequency every time. You don't need to post on social media 5 days a week. You need to pick a pace you can actually maintain for 6 months without wanting to quit. Start embarrassingly small. 1 newsletter a month, 2 or 3 social posts a week. Whatever number makes you think, I could definitely do that even on my worst week. I tried the 5 posts a week thing for about 2 months. By week 6, I was so drained from creating content that I had nothing left for my actual clients. So I dropped to 2 posts a week and 1 email every other week, and I've maintained that pace for over a year. My audience has grown more in that year of consistency than it did in those 2 frantic months, because people trust coaches who show up reliably, not coaches who flood their feed for weeks and then disappear. The real danger of going too hard too fast is that when you inevitably burn out and go silent, your audience assumes you've quit. And rebuilding trust takes 3 times as long as building it the first time. So we've covered the 2 marketing fundamentals, your email list and your content pace. But marketing only works if people trust you enough to book a call, which brings us to the most underused asset in most coaching businesses. Your testimonials are the most valuable marketing asset you own, more valuable than your website copy, more valuable than your social media, and honestly, more valuable than most paid advertising. When a potential client reads someone else describing their transformation in their own words, that does something your marketing never can. The problem is that most coaches wait too long to ask. They finish a coaching engagement, think, I should ask for a testimonial, and then 3 weeks pass and the moment is gone. Ask while the experience is fresh, ideally during your last session together or within 48 hours of wrapping up. If you're just starting out and don't have paying clients yet, offer 2 or 3 free sessions specifically to collect testimonials. Be upfront. Say, I'm building my practice and I'd love to coach you for free in exchange for honest feedback. Most people will say yes. Then put those testimonials everywhere. your website, your social media, your booking page. I set mine up on Paperbell, so when someone lands on my package page, the first thing they see is 3 testimonials from past clients. That social proof does the selling before I ever get on a discovery call. This next part is the one I wish someone had told me in my first year, because it would have saved me months of reinventing the wheel every time I onboarded a new client. Document your processes. Write down how you do things, your onboarding flow, your session prep, your follow-up sequence, your marketing plan. Because every time you rely on memory instead of a system, you waste time rebuilding something you've already figured out. I used to wing my onboarding. Every new client got slightly different instructions, and I'd forget to send the intake form half the time. Then I sat down one Saturday and wrote out exactly what happens when someone signs up, step by step, from payment to first session. That took me about 2 hours. And those 2 hours have saved me probably 10 hours every month since. I have mine set up through Paperbell, so the contract, the intake survey, and the welcome information all go out automatically when someone books. I don't touch any of it. And documenting your processes does something else most coaches don't think about. It makes your coaching business sellable. Not that you need to sell it tomorrow, but a business that runs on documented systems has real value. A business that runs entirely on what's in your head, that's just a job that disappears the moment you stop showing up. So now, you've got your marketing dialed in, your testimonials working for you, and your processes documented. But there's a ceiling every coach hits when they try to do all of this alone, and breaking through it requires something that feels deeply uncomfortable. This is the tip I resisted the longest, and it's the one that changed my business the most. Outsource everything that isn't coaching. Even if you think you can't afford it, especially if you think you can't afford it. Most coaches believe they need to earn more before they can hire help. But the math works the other way around. When you're spending 15 hours a week on bookkeeping, scheduling, email formatting, and research, that's 15 hours you're not coaching. If your rate is $100 an hour, those admin hours are costing you $1,500 a week in lost revenue. I started small, a bookkeeper for about $200 a month, because I was spending an entire day each month on my own books. That one hire gave me a full extra day to coach, and it paid for itself within the first month. Then I outsourced the repetitive stuff, formatting emails, scheduling social posts, researching topics for my newsletter. None of these tasks require my personal expertise, and someone else can do them for about $20 an hour, while I focus on the work only I can do. Even setting aside 10% of your revenue for outsourcing creates breathing room that compounds over time. You coach more, you earn more, you outsource more, and the cycle keeps going. The coaches who try to do everything themselves don't burn out because they're bad at business. They burn out because there genuinely aren't enough hours to be both the coach and the entire back office. Remember what I said at the beginning about the mistake that quietly kills coaching businesses? This is it. Trying to do every single task yourself until you have nothing left for the work that actually matters. The last tip ties all of this together. Centralize your contracts, your bookings, and your billing into one system. Stop duct taping 5 different tools together with one app for scheduling, another for invoices, a third for contracts, and a sticky note to remember which client paid and which one hasn't. Every extra tool is another place where something can fall through the cracks. A missed payment, a double-booked session, a contract that never got signed, and that erodes the professional experience your clients are paying for. I run everything through Paperbell because my clients pay before they book, the contract is signed during checkout, and the session lands on both of our calendars automatically. I don't chase payments or send reminders, the system handles it, and I just show up and coach. When your tools are scattered across 6 platforms, you spend mental energy just tracking where things live. And that mental energy has a real cost. It's the same energy you need for deep listening and being fully present with your clients. So those are the 6 life coaching business tips that most coaches skip. Build your email list early, keep a pace you can sustain, collect testimonials aggressively, document every process, outsource before you think you can afford to, and get everything into one system. The coaches who build lasting practices aren't necessarily better coaches. They're better at running the business around the coaching. Go pick one of these and do it this week. If you want a place to start, set up your packages and booking on Paperbell so clients can find you, pay, and book all in one step. You can try it free. Links in the description.